So, your planetary bodies are placeholders that line up and overlay, and the density of those vibrations become your physical body. This is a process of going to each individual layer and seeing the condition. It's going to look different for each person individually, but there are going to be some similarities. When you begin to see the brilliant sphere of Uranus crowning your head, as you begin to vibrate the planetary name, that is an astral harmonic, you begin to become aware and awake of the astral vibration, the planetary vibration, the influence that has upon your body, and it begins to descend. When you begin to vibrate, allow the vibration of your chanting to carry your awareness to that planetary realm. Now, use the symbols, the planetary symbols in the other videos that I drew out for you as like a door. Now, let's not make this overly complicated. Simply see the sphere, feel it, vibrate it. I know this is happening for most of you because you're all telling me, oh my God, Bearheart, this is fucking fantastic. So yeah, now take this a step further. Allow that vibration to carry out your awareness and take a very brief look around of the sphere that you're now in. The Uranian sphere, for me, this is not necessarily going to be everyone, but this should give you some clues, some perspectives, is a sphere that is... see, these are really hard to explain. Everything is extremely clean, like a doctor's office, white, sterile almost, cloudy, giant towers that shoot out of almost nothing, metallic, sharp angled, but not threatening. And there's a lot of really advanced, what looks like super science, high technology, future machines, floating discs, just an architecture that I think existed on Earth at one point, very Atlantean, I guess, crystals, that kind of thing. We're talking high science at its most, at its pinnacle. And that is the image that comes a lot with Uranian for me. My body there, I shouldn't really get into what personally that is, but your body will be there, and you will have a very good chance to look at it. You will also tell by what it looks like, not only its condition, but your almost way of thinking, your almost how you relate to this. So, okay, on a personal level, my solar body appears as a giant knight in golden armor. So, yeah, no, I'm not afraid to speak my mind, to share my emotions, and I'm not afraid to put myself out there in a lot of ways. I'm not afraid to champion my cause, and a lot of you are also stepping up into your inner champions. So, when you go down into the Plutonian realm, same process, vibrate the name, see the Plutonian symbol, use that just allow yourself to go through. Don't try to see yourself. Don't do the usual astral travel nonsense, and we'll get into what I do with it and why it works. Just allow yourself to go through. Just know you're going through. And if at first you feel like you're kind of like creating the imaginary image of what this place looks like, that's fine, because the imagination is the bridge over to the transfer of awareness. So this is one of the reasons I don't like to tell people what I see, but this will give you a good indication, because it seems to be a collective experience. My Plutonian realms often seem like an underground cavern, which, a lot of places are underworld with the Plutonians, so that's not necessarily surprising. There's a lot of very mafioso-like figures there. There seems to be like a lot of frogs. There seems to be like a lot of aquatic creatures. There seems to be kind of a weird mix of like human-esque figures mixed with, I don't know, they have exaggerated features like bigger eyes, but these are entities. They're not anything to be afraid of. It's just how their vibrations appear. So I get a very mafioso, I get a very underworld feel, I get a kind of like a slight crime boss kind of area. I usually end up in taverns. There's glowing mushrooms, multicolored ones. The skies are usually non-existent to kind of like a deep purple that kind of like rolls and espouses over the whole area. So, like there's a lot of cigar smoke, there's a lot of whiskey being drank, a lot of wandering spirits in that area, and of course I see my body there. Now, we go down to Seoul. We talked about that. That place is sheer, just gorgeous, almost perpetual dawn or perpetual sunrise or sunset. Everything is golden. It's almost like a floating city almost that just spreads out as far as you can see. Lots of what you would term as angelic figures, great beings of light floating up and down, prisms all over, incredible, just awe-inspiring, amazing. Castles, some places. So again, vibrate Seoul, see the planetary doorway, and just allow yourself to check in to see your planetary body there. Then you move down into lunar or Luna. And the planetary realm there is very much, I get a lot of Assyrian, Babylonian, crazy, just like planets will fade in the sky and fade away, huge nighttime, just giant blankets of stars that just go out forever. Parts of the sky will like really brighten intensely and then fade away as other parts dim and then brighten. The whole landscape seems like a big Carlos Castaneda, like my days when I would be walking around the deserts of Mexico, high on mescaline and making out with chicks with the whole like sugar skull paintings on their faces. So those were the younger days. So everything had that kind of like just deserty, starry feel. It had that look, and the spirits there have that kind of interesting, not too far off, but also very intergalactical feel, but also phantasmic. The lunar realm is really the mishmash of all the true astral forms. Thought forms seem to exist there. A lot of great sexual imagery because, fantasy, sexual fantasies and whatnot, all sort of end up on that particular realm. Visit your bodies on every one. See what their conditions are. See what they look like. Check in, because to be seen is to exist, and as you are aware of their existence, they link stronger to you and you link stronger to them. And there's a great deal of psychic awareness there's a great deal of security that begins to forge in this relationship now that you're actually visiting these planetary bodies, seeing what you exist as on a universal spectrum. I guess we go into part 3.